So I decided to make this very brief video about how coaches should react when clients who signed up and the client is a no-show. How should a coach react? How should a coach feel? And I find this question to be highly relevant because one of my potential clients had signed up for that 48 hours ago, which I realized might have been too long for her. If she would have had an option of 24 hours, that would have been better for her. Anyway, but how should I feel, for example? How should I respond to a no-show after having a 25 minute conversation with them via phone, not Zoom, and them expressing their own challenges, their own goals that they want to achieve, own objectives. So it was a well-rounded, very short conversation to gauge if we were ideal to just jump into a free strategy session. And therefore, the conversation led to, yeah, client saying, yes, I would like to sign up for this free 1 hour strategy session. But then there's no show. It's a no show. I find that to be a really interesting concept to try and gauge. If there's no response from them, then we're assuming, right? And I don't want to assume here. But the question is, how do we tackle as coaches our own self-confidence, our own self-esteem, because someone didn't show? And again, we don't know. Something might have happened. Hopefully, nothing serious happened that didn't allow the client to show up as they had scheduled themselves for that free hour. I mean, just the matter that it's free might be the deterrent where they have invested in a amount of time with a coach, then they would lose something from not showing up. So there's many variables here. But getting back to the point, how should I feel? How should any coach feel? Because it's challenging. Uh, whether it's your bread and butter and you have to pay for what you need to pay for, meaning, again, it's a responsibility to get clients, to serve clients, to get money from those clients so that we can continue living and paying for the dream. But the initial impact is, I think sincerely, the initial impact is where the notions of who we are become much more clear, how we respond to those challenges. Because the challenge is not that that they didn't show up, the client didn't show up, that they said they would, but they didn't. It's it's a mirror effect in that moment to see ourselves as coaches, as professionals, and perhaps somebody not taking you serious, somebody not taking um, mind and recognizing the importance of your time and having that slot taken that could have gone to anybody else who wanted to work with you. So how do we respond? How should we respond? And this is my take. I believe that in that moment, it's important to contact the client and be highly supportive of their situation, because I think it's more of a fear-based decision not to show up, right? It's something that's outside their the box of comfort. What to call the comfort zone, but I like to call the comfort box and not stepping outside those boundaries. So it's a fear-based decision not to show up. Um, so I decided to do that very thing and wrote a extensive, I think lengthy text, really encouraging this client to pursue after taking the first step, which is taking the coach's call, breaking the ice, telling them how they feel, where they would like to go, but still didn't show up for themselves, because you're not showing up for me. You're not showing up for yourself. So the client is, it's good to let the client know that they are doing the very same thing that they would like to break. And that's the reason why they reached out to the coach initially, right? That could be their motivation. Um, so that leads me to feel highly resourceful rather than deficient or failure to deliver what I wanted to deliver because I had a plan of action during that session to begin to gauge and tackle and expand on the ideas and concepts that would clearly begin to support the journey and direction in which this client wanted to go. But nonetheless, one must not assume at any moment, but highly, highly supportive, but also very, very strong and committed to our own time. Because if somebody doesn't show, they don't know the value of time. They don't know that value, and you must value that time for yourself. For more tips and tricks, log into steven-weissman.com and stay connected.